some people need to be told a very firm fuck you. Some people
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Um,
I've even seen you write that on Facebook.
yes, and I meant it. And
Yeah,
yeah, and I told them to fuck off, and they did. They fucked off, David.
they did.
So,
Yeah.
so it's a perfect system.
Mm.
But that, underneath that fuck off is a whole load of personal transformation and freedom. It's not
Mm.
my first, it's not my first go to. There's a process I go to,
Mm.
and there's putting things through the lens of my own moral compass. It's like what's okay and what's not. The person you're describing,
Mm.
in a very passive aggressive message, mentioned my daughter.
Mm.
We'd exchanged a few messages, and I'd been graceful about their hostility, while expressing what is okay for me and what isn't. Um, and then they took their passive aggressive poke, which is, I hope your daughter never sees you post anything like this. Because
Mm.
it was a joke post about yoga poses and women and how men see it. It was very funny. A woman posted it. Predominantly women reacted to the post and liked it. Not that I need that validation, because I found it funny, and that's fine.
Mm.
But I would receive and be open to information that would contradict the way I see it. But this person was just triggered and projected their triggers. I did not. I didn't play trigger tennis. Trigger tennis is not a fun game. Everybody
Mm.
loses. Make a fucking mess of the place. So I want to be able to hold what I feel into and through clarity, strength, wisdom, and then respond and communicate, expressing in a very reasonable way, not overly aggressive, not passive aggressive, but reasonably and with compassion, actually, because I
Mm.
know this person's triggered, and I find that easier than they do. Should I say, I'm more able to work with that than they are. And so I'll say this, this, but this, and lay out what it is that's okay for me and what I'm not okay with. She continued to the point where she then mentioned my daughter. Now I'm pissed off, right?
Mm.
I'm pissed. Now it's a pissed off trigger. How dare you mention my daughter? You don't even know her, and you don't know me. You've
Mm.
seen that I'm a devoted father, and you're going to try and use that in your passive aggressive projections. Like, how fucking dare you mention her?
Mm.
So I'm pissed off now, and I hold that, and then I put it through the lens. So now I put everything else through the lens before, and I'm like, I can still be kind. I can
Mm.
still be kind, and I can communicate reasonably. Now put it through the lens. Here's where the line is. Mentioning my daughter in some kind of attack towards me. So I expressed that, and then said, and I said, please fuck off.
Mm.
Do not message, please fuck off. And I meant it as much then as I mean it now as I'm saying it, because you can hear the word. But there's a strength in that, and it's
Yeah.
absolutely fine, because you need to be told no. You need to be told no. You don't get to do that, and it's actually a moral obligation that I'm the one standing here telling you.
Mm.
So you fuck off, and think about what I've said, and hopefully reflect on the escalation that I engage with you. And but for myself, I need to tell you, fuck off. You don't get to be in my space anymore. You're my the a social media platform is an extension of a home environment. It's the cyber equivalent, and you're just rocking onto my personal Facebook profile. I don't know you, and
Mm.
attacking me in that way. There's only so far I'm going to allow that to go on. I'm going to give you options. I'm going to give you the opportunity to do better, because that's what I'm here to do, man. It's no good, it's no good me as what I do and what I'm doing now. Then when someone rocks up with their pain and throws it at me, I just go, well, fuck you straight away. I'm early over.
Mm.
One coach was interacting with me on a similar post and said, she was saying my responses were weak, and I was
Mm.
explaining to her, no, this is strength. This is strength, because I don't need to protect myself from this
Yeah.
person. They're not here.
Mm.
That's strength. I don't need to. I feel so strong. I feel a lot stronger than anybody else on this thread right now,
Mm.
and that's because of this process I'm engaging with. And then, but the point I say, fuck you. I have to say that for myself. You don't get to be here and do that. But I have to say it as a duty, as a moral obligation for the community, for the collective, because that
Mm.
we need to have less people acting that way. Well, and how's that going to happen? It's not going to happen through
Mm.
being over hostile in the beginning, in the early stages. It's not going to happen because they're not going to reflect on themselves. They're just going to, you're just going to validate them. Oh, this person's this. But if you go through a process that's reasonable, you're able to hold yourself and allow everything to be expressed through you in a way that is in line with your integrity, that you can look back on and go, yeah, that's okay. Not self-justify, be honest with, could I improve that? Maybe I should have said that differently. Has to be an honest process. If you do that and then you tell someone to fuck off, that's the best opportunity they're going to have for actually self-reflection and changing something, so they don't keep doing that, acting that way. So
yeah, it's a beautiful example actually of what we all need to do really well, and that is to know what is okay and what isn't, and to have our own levels of escalation to the point of fuck off.
Yeah.
And that's in person, close relationships, online, everywhere actually.